Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM, it's great to welcome back once again your friend of mine, Ralph McAlister. Ralph, a very good morning to you.
Good morning to you, sir. And a book that I've just, ironically, had a very unhappy ending to what the book is all about, and it's funny, so I think your listeners will enjoy this story. The book is called Talking to Strangers, and it's by Malcolm Gladwell, and he is quite a hugely important essayist, writer, not short story, but trying to understand what makes us tick. Oh. And he's written about 5 other books, and most of them have been bestsellers, and I confess I haven't read any until this one, but I'm certainly going to go back and look at some of his others. This is a book about how we are pretty hopeless at discerning what strangers are thinking, what they're noticing about us that we interpret badly or positively. And he uses examples from a very wide sort of spectrum of society. He looks at why did Hitler charm people as much as he did? And why does Chamberlain misread him to such a stage? But it's not just going back into history. He goes into the studies of police in America and why they stop people, and of course why they think that something is going wrong or going right, so that policemen are part of the surveys that Gladwell looks at. And he finds that most of the time the police stop people for the wrong reasons and then misread what they get when they stop people. And I'll come back to that to make you laugh in a little while.
Yes.
But it's an extraordinary series of essays, and he the example that really stuck out to me was in the 40s and 50s, the number of suicides in Britain was, particularly by women, was quite prodigiously large, and it was most of them were done by gassing, methane, and all the ovens in Britain were almost lethal weapons. And the survey that he conducts and talks about was making the point that it was a coupling of events, that if they didn't have these ovens, which were so poisonous, in the houses, there wouldn't have been a number of suicides. It was proved when North Gas came along, and when over an 8-10 year period, they changed all the gases to non-methane, and the suicide rates for women dropped, and still dropped to this day, to quite remarkable levels. And so what he's saying is the coupling is, if you've got the location, if you've got the circumstance, it's quite likely that you'll increase the problems that perpetuates. And it's not just that sad example he gives. He gives examples of people who, are have sleep together as inebriated, and the signals they give each other, and it's just an extraordinary series of episodes, and it can't stop you thinking. And that's what I love about this particular man. He was a writer for New Yorker. He's done very, very well in terms of his previous books, but it's how we misread others that he tries to explain, and he uses the example of judges who say, when I want to see the people who I'm sentencing, and he does a survey, or he gets somebody to do a survey of the people that the judges saw when they were going to sentence them.
Yes.
Half of them kept thinking they were doing a good job by seeing the criminals, but did no better than when judges didn't see the contrite or the violent offender in front of them. So it really is terribly interesting, and I think for people who like to be challenged by their presumptions, talking to strangers is really very, very readable. It's just come out, and I've just picked it up at Paper Plus. But the funny story is, unless you want to interrupt, go on.
I don't know. I'm just saying this seems to be a wonderful series of skills which we all should pick up. I was just going to ask, because often it is said that women are better at picking up the visual signs than men, who basically just want to say something and solve a problem and are very unaware of their circumstances. Whether he puts forward the theory that women are in fact more attuned to this sort of thing than men.
I think you'll have to read the book.
Oh, okay. On to the racial profiling then, which I suspect could be part of the book as well.
It is actually, and I mean the irony is that he spends a lot of time in the police in America arresting people, and how if they keep just arresting them, they're going to lower the crime rate. Well, of course, it doesn't lower the crime rate, and they keep getting it wrong. But what's so funny is I'm driving home from my social morning. And I'm just about to have it, but I'm driving and I get this still thought, oh, what am I going to talk about with John? And as I thought that, I got stopped by the police, by the traffic officer. This is absolutely true. It's only, I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, now, I'll probably use this book. I got stopped by the traffic officer, a lovely guy who was so nice. And he was so gentle, and he said he'd been caught by the traffic officers too. But I was thinking about this book and what I talked to you about, and I got my first traffic ticket in over, I think, 12 years.
Oh, Ralph, so it's all my fault.
I thought that would make you laugh a little bit. But it was a coincidence.
It is, yes. Serendipitous. Goodness me. So what was this book again? I'm going to have to read this one, Ralph. I really am.
Yeah, we'll do. I'm going back to some of the others, and I'll keep you in touch with it. But I won't expect you to pay my traffic bill when it comes. But think of me and think of, oh, God, what coincidence,
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, that's my book for this week, and I will be back if you want me back next week.
Oh, please do. The name of the book and the author once again, Ralph.
Talking to Strangers, Malcolm Gladwell, as one word, Gladwell, and American, published by Penguin, and $26, which to me is a desperately reasonable price for a stimulating book.
Wonderful. Ralph McAlister, you've done it again. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
106.3 Beach FM.